I don't know who needs to hear this, but a friend that is jealous of you was never your friend. You were a friend to them, but they were never a friend to you. And if this happened to you and you're traumatized by creating new friendships with women because of your past, I can relate to you. I don't know if other girls can relate, but friendship trauma, like friendship breakups, hurt more than relationship breakups. Dealing with this issue, I'm going to help you overcome this. You have to sometimes have grace and compassion for others instead of anger. And before, like when people would do me dirty or just like do things to me that I would never do to them, I wanted to get back. You guys don't know me, but like in my city, I was the get back queen. Seriously. I used to be a very violent person. Like I know I come on here and like I might not look like it, but like people in my city know like I was a very violent person. I had a lot of anger issues, and the thing with violent people is they usually don't come off violent. And what I used to do was anytime when I went through something very traumatic in my life, I would put it in the back of my head. And I used to do that with like anything that I went through. Just that's how I built up resilience. But I would never deal with what I went through. So all it took was one person to really like push my button, and then I would explode because I kept building up and suppressing all of these emotions that I never worked on. So I used to just take it out on people. When I loved hard. So I had to be careful with who I put my love into. If this is something that you're battling with, I don't want you to become heartless because of your past. I don't want you to suppress your emotions so much that one day you explode, and the day that you explode, you can't take that decision back. My anger put me in jail multiple times. So I'm coming out and speaking because there's a lot of women that I'm seeing that cannot control their emotions, and this is not okay. I had this issue for years, and of course I had friends that, told me it's not okay, but I never had nobody to teach me. I never had nobody to like, oh, here's a step-by-step guide on how you do it, So that's why I want to be that person for you. So you don't end up in jail, so you don't end up killing somebody, and then now you just lost your freedom. I was in jail with women that were never coming home, that were younger than me, never coming home because they made a decision off of their emotions. And ladies, this is not okay. We have to control this. One, not only do we harm other people, we are harming ourselves. Like the things that I went through in my life for years, it was payback for the consequences that I did. So I really haven't started like living my life until my 30s. And a lot of people don't know that. Look like my life is great on the internet, which I have an amazing life and I'm very grateful. From a monetary aspect, like a soft life has nothing to do with just money. It's so much deeper than that. It's truly just being at peace internally, and that's where I'm at, and that's where I want more women to be at. A lot of girls have a misconception about what a soft life is, and they think that if they're getting their bills paid or all this fancy stuff, that it's a soft life. And I used to think like that, but now I understand it just having an internal peace and just having an easier life, like that stress and anger lifted off of you. And people can see that, like honestly, people have been complimenting me and telling me like I radiate good energy. And I was in a very dark place, and I feel like when I was in that dark place, it showed my face, it showed in my body, it showed in my demeanor, it showed in my behaviors. Like it really showed that I was in a dark place. And now that I have overcame that, I can see when other people are in a dark place, and it allows me to have compassion and sympathy for those people. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're in a dark place right now, I sympathize with you because I used to be there, and I allowed my friendship traumas, my breakups, my bad decisions that I made, and the consequences from the bad decisions that I made, like all build up inside of me. And then I started to like resent people. I started to resent myself for the decisions that I made. And even though, of course, other people had a worse life than mine, but I was just so focused and I had tunnel vision on my life, and I never had control over my life because I was never in control over my thoughts. So you have to understand, if you are not in control of your thoughts, you have no control over your life. And so the number one step to overcome friendship trauma is you need to become in control of your thoughts. And the only way to really be in control of your thoughts is to dig deeper within yourself. And I feel like a lot of women won't ever get to this place because they just refuse to work on themselves. They refuse to, number one, take accountability that maybe it was my fault. And not only maybe was it my fault, now how can I move forward from this? You know, like, it's crazy. A lot of people don't think they can start their life over. Like, they really don't think that they feel like their life is done. And I know a lot of people can't resonate with me because I don't have children, but especially single mothers, I want to help single mothers, especially because I just know how hard it was for me, just like being alone and not having kids and having to pick myself up from that dark place and not having any support. So I can only imagine, like, not having any support, being in a dark place, but also having to raise a child. Like, that's crazy. So I'm genuinely like, wow, like, I need to help women that have children, because not only to help them, but now once I help them, they can help their daughters. And that's how we break the generational curses. So I was sent here to break those curses, and I'm just doing my job. That's what God wants me to do. You know, and that's why the deeper that I get into my purpose, everything starts aligning for me in my life. And that's where I want you guys to get to a place where, like, you're just so deep on and focused on your journey in a good way that you just keep leveling up in life. What happened to you isn't fair. And I know that it could be hard to just sit there with your thoughts and think, like, you know, but I didn't deserve this. And sometimes we have to accept an apology that we never received in order to help us heal. The person that hurt you might never tell you that they're sorry that they hurt you. And that's okay. Because unforgiveness does more harm to you than it does to the other person. You have to let that go. You have to move on. Like, girl, you cannot sit here and allow this person to destroy you. Whether it's a friend, a man, even a family member. Some people have toxic family members, and if those people are dropping seeds of negativity into your mind, you need to isolate from those people, at least until you get to a better place and you're able to control your thoughts, and that way you're going to be able to handle these people better. I genuinely just want more women to wake up and walk in their purpose, because if you don't choose to wake up, you're going to project those traumas onto everyone in your life. Your children, your spouse, your family members, and then you will never have genuine friendships because you'll never overcome this trauma. So you'll always be questioning your friends, and that's not a genuine friendship. Like, every friend that I have in my life now, I don't have to question them. But whether or not I have to question them or not, I just look at it like this. People will love you and people will use you. And that's okay, as long as you know who's who. It's not your job to control other people. You can't control other people. But what you can control is you can control how you react to other people. And that's what I want you guys to focus on, is emotional regulation, and focusing on how can I control my emotions so I don't let this man get to me, so I don't let the friend that backstabbed me get to me, and now I can't make friendships for the rest of my life. Like, I don't ever want you girls to do that, you know? I'm so secure in myself, and I'm okay with, like, just being alone. Like, I honestly just, like, love being alone. I'm actually, like, just alone right now at the lake, like, by myself, just hanging out. And some people might think that's weird because they're not there yet, but if you find yourself like you can't be alone, that's not okay. And I want you to understand that I'm not judging anybody. I'm just here to help you identify your traumas and identify your triggers, because I didn't know this stuff before. Like, guys, I didn't know nothing about psychology. Like, I lived a completely different life. So from the age of 15 to 31, I lived a completely different life than most people. I've been an entrepreneur for years. So entrepreneurs, it's very important for us to self-educate ourselves and never stop learning and growing, because in order to teach people, we also have to be a student. And I'm learning that more now that, like, I really want to mentor girls. But I've always been an influencer, just like in real life. But the influence that I was giving to young girls back in the day wasn't good influence. And honestly, like, I felt bad about that for the longest time, because a lot of my friends are dead or in jail. And it's like, why am I not dead or in jail? Why am I not in the places that they're in? Like, I know God has a purpose for my life, because I've overcame so much. I just want more women to wake up. I want more women to be happy. And I know how it feels being in that dark place and just like, damn, I can't talk to nobody. I just used to block things so much, and I would just hustle. Like, I would just work. I just became so resilient to trauma that I would just hustle the pain away. And you can't do that. You cannot do that. You will end up burning yourself out, and something traumatic is going to happen from, you are going to lose your mind. I know some people will like never believe that other people can change, and that's okay. As long as you believe that you can change, just focus on you and your journey by minding your own business and just being in your own path. That's how you will find peace. Don't worry about who's doubting you, or it's a lot of people that just genuinely hate me. There's nothing I can do about it. The bigger that I get in life, like I had to overcome this, guys, early, because I just know I'm about to be famous. I know God's gonna do something great with me. I know I'm gonna help millions of people one day. Like, I just need to be vocal about it. I need to help girls. And before, I wasn't really helping girls. Like, I was helping girls, but not on this level. And that's because I didn't know my purpose. So how can I help other people when I don't know my purpose? And that's why I want you guys to find your purpose, and then you'll have a soft life. Then you'll be successful. Then, like, you're gonna find your person that you never have to question. You're gonna find girls and align with girls that like genuinely want the best for you, because they wake up every day and they're happy and they have their dream life. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Like, yes, some stuff is fake on social media, but some stuff is real. Like, some people get on here, like, I really don't like bragging. I promise you guys, I really don't like bragging, but like, I'm really living my dream life. And I didn't think that was ever going to be possible for me, like last year in the condition that I was in. Your life can change fast. Like, my life changed in less than a year because I committed to working on myself. Like, I was like, okay, this is not okay. Like, the way I'm living my life is not okay. Like, something has to change. And it wasn't until I started working on that change that I changed. I can't tell you, exactly how to do it with what you're going through, but I can help you with identifying your traumas, identifying your triggers, and help you navigate life better by the decisions that you make. But at the end of the day, this is your life, girl. I just wish that I had a me in my life when I was going through what I went through, because I was always the friend that, like, people looked up to. So I never had a mentor. I never had somebody that I could go to. Like, I was the one. Whatever you're going through, I just pray that you don't let this battle break you. And it will get better. It's just going to take some time, honestly. Everybody is dealing with different traumas right now. So, I can't tell you that it's ever going to go away, because, people are sitting there dealing with death and dealing with things on a deeper level than we even understand. So I can never tell you to just forget about it and it's going to go away. You don't have to forget about it. Just accept what happened and move on, and detach yourself from the emotions and the situation. And that's how you will be able to heal. I'll be dropping more videos. Again, if you guys want me to touch on anything specifically, let me know in the comments.